Let's tell you about the Border Management Authority saying it has put measures in place to ensure that traffic runs smoothly at the country's borders. This as many people are traveling to their various destinations for the holidays. Newzroom Afrika's Mweli Masilela joins us from the Libombo border post between South Africa and Mozambique. Mweli, what are you seeing and hearing this hour?
I can tell you that, in fact, the Border Management Authority Commissioner actually warned us early in the morning to say that we must expect traffic to increase, like the volumes to increase later in the afternoon. And in fact, that's what we are seeing at this stage. But on the ground, we can see that in terms of law enforcement officers, indeed, they are trying by all means necessary to ensure that there is no congestion. But let us talk to now the Provincial Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Samakaleng Manamela. She's here monitoring the processes here at the Libombo border post. I think let's start by the unfortunate incident that happened in Hazy View, the very same road where a German tourist was shot and killed. We understand that there were 2 security guards that were shot and injured yesterday. If you can tell us more about that first.
No, thank you very much, Mweli. It is true. We want to confirm that the 2 security guards have been shot, but also to confirm that the deployment was also intense in that road. It is the fact that while they were still there, sitting there, they've been attacked. But we must say that the investigation also has been activated. Our 72-hour plan is also active in that regard. So we want to confirm and commit to the community that we are going to be effecting the arrest. They must not be ashamed to give us the information as the community. So far, the investigation, I should believe that we are having the lead that we are going to be effecting the arrest in that regard.
Surely it's concerning that I think within a space of 2 months, yet another incident. Yesterday you were at the Oshuk border post and people are traveling to different destinations. Should travelers worry, especially the international tourists as well who are going to different places, should they worry considering what has happened?
They shouldn't be worried. At the end of the day, crime is being committed, but that does not necessarily mean the police are not on the ground. And like the issue that they have highlighted earlier on is like when the patrol vehicles are going this side, it looks like these thugs are too many to a certain extent. But when you look into Oshuk also, where we visited, we also managed to confiscate the dagga of over R1 million. The traffic that is there is being managed. The vehicles are being searched thoroughly so, and we are working hand in hand with the border management, we are working hand in hand with the customs. So all the role players, we are there to ensure that there is no congestion. What is happening now, the congestion is not a factor. The factor is how this process is being made. So the vehicles are flowing, the trucks are flowing. It's the process that making it to look like it is slow. But we must commit to the community not to be shy. They must visit Mpumalanga. They are safe. More boots are on the ground. We also made an additional of the new students. We made an additional of other police officers that we have deployed in different hotspot areas that we are having. So far, we are having our Oshuk, the Libombo, the R40 is the other one, and also the Moloto Road, where we are intensifying our deployments for this festive season. So the movement is going to be giving us joy as the communities that are in Mpumalanga and visiting Mpumalanga.
Provincial Police Commissioner, this borderline, Libombo border posts to be exact, there's been quite a number of incidents, for example, of theft and smuggling of vehicles. Cross-border crime seems to be a problem, and also the issue of people crossing illegally between the 2 countries. Is that a problem that you are still experiencing, and how is your working relationship with the police on the Mozambican side?
I just want to confirm our working relationship with the Mozambican police is very good. So far, the illegal immigrants, they've been arrested. And then so far, when we look into the vehicles that are crossing the border or the crime that you are saying, for the past 2 days, that crime is a little bit less because the visibility that is coming here, there are those that have been arrested. You should really remember, they were also kidnapping at some point, and the suspect for the 2 crimes that have been there, they've been arrested too. So we are not leaving any stone unattended. So with the police that are on the Mozambican side, with the members that are from the border, with the SNDF that is being deployed in this area, we have closed all the gaps when coming to this border. And we are expecting now the increase in terms of numbers. And the vehicles that you see now, you can observe that there is a movement, there is no congestion, and that is how the process is going. But that does not necessarily mean that the numbers that you see, that it appears to be having a problem.
All right, thank you very much for talking to us. That is the Provincial Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Samakaleng Manamela. Well, she's saying that they've got a good working relationship with their counterparts in Mozambique, and they are happy with the processes so far, as much as there's long queues, but traffic is moving because of the coordinated plan that they have.
Mweli, Masilela, thank you very much, joining us from Libombo border post. From there to Beitbridge now, where we find Tshegohaco Moagi, bumper-to-bumper traffic. Also, Tshegohaco, where you are, what are officials telling you?
Well, good afternoon to you, Dudu. So indeed, it is extremely packed here on the way actually to the Beitbridge border rather, and it's about 6 kilometers from where we are currently situated, about 6 kilometers to the actual border for people to make their way through into Zimbabwe, and they are trying their best to control the traffic in this particular area to ensure that, people follow the correct rules and regulations. I'm with Max this afternoon, and he's just going to show you, just what it looks like here as you head towards the bridge. We are seeing people on their feet. Those people that are on their feet, these are people that have actually gotten off public transport, and they are now making their way 6 kilometers to the actual bridge, and we understand that after that it's about another 6 kilometers after that into Zimbabwe. So they still have quite a long walk to do in order to be able to get to their final destination. I'd like to actually bring in a lady from customs here, Memory Ndou. She's here together with the police. Memory, let's just have this quick conversation with you about, the plans that you have here. We are seeing this bumper-to-bumper traffic that is taking place. Is this really the norm every single year? This is what you see. It is, of course, the peak season and the peak period for people to travel home.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. This is the high peak, and we are expecting high volume traffic. We've been working together with the integrated plan, with the traffic, police, and everybody. So what is currently happening, there's high volume of traffic, and it's been controlled. And we are monitoring. We're having a meeting to ensure that we don't have congestion. And we had a roadblock that is holding trucks or travelers if we are experiencing high volume. So far, we are controlling it, and the traffic are on the road.
Do you perhaps know, just a plus-minus estimate of how many vehicles or people have actually made their way towards the Beitbridge border right now?
Okay, currently we don't have data, but the Director of Home Affairs will be able to communicate in terms of how many people have been passed through the 24-hour.
What then happens if somebody wants to make their way through to Zimbabwe, Memory, and they don't have the correct documentation?
Then that one, the Home Affairs, Department of Home Affairs, they are dealing with the process. There's a special team that is handling that up until the final process of it.
And just a reminder then for those who are going into Zimbabwe this afternoon, what do they need? And just a reminder around, traffic safety really.
No, they just have to ensure that they have the correct documentation, and from customs side also they know that through their clearing agent they need to have the declaration documents, and from customs we are processing from the central place. So from either port of entry, they don't have to have document, it just proceed to border, and from there we are allowing them through. But because it's festive season, and then we will experience high volume. But what is important, we need to ensure that the traffic is controlled. And that's what we are doing, and that's why as senior leadership we are on the ground to support our officials and ensure that everything goes accordingly.
All right, thank you so much, Memorindo. They're really just giving us details of what is taking place. They are really trying to control this traffic. It may seem as though at this moment it is at a standstill, but it actually moves. It moves quite a bit as people make their way through. But this particular traffic actually starts from Gauteng. I remember last night driving into Musina, this traffic was bumper to bumper, especially at the toll gates. People making their way through into Musina and into Limpopo really to actually enjoy their festivities as Christmas is coming up in just about a day's time on Saturday. And so, the main call has also been from traffic police to just take it easy on the road, respect the rules of the road, and just make sure that, you arrive alive and arrive safely where you are going. So the people that are on their feet that we showed you earlier, those are people that are actually they actually get off the public transport and they make their way through. As my colleague is showing you there, the police trying to control, from what we've just heard from Memory, trying to control the situation there where some trucks and some cars have tried to make it a 3-lane, where it's actually only 2 lanes, one for the trucks and one for the public transport or the smaller vehicles. And so it seems that they were trying to make 3 lanes there. So now they are trying to control that situation that is taking place.